Welcome to the CoreLogic Economic Insights. My name is Selma Hepp, Deputy Chief Economist at CoreLogic, and today I'll discuss potential hotspots for distressed sales. Consumer confidence has risen to its highest level since the onset of the pandemic. But while many consumers are planning to buy homes, cars, and major appliances, there are still about 2 million homeowners behind on their mortgage payments and/or in forbearance programs. Fortunately, a multitude of loss mitigation waterfalls, an abundance of home equity, and an improving labor market give those borrowers an opportunity to keep their homes as they exit forbearance. According to CoreLogic data, an FHA borrower in forbearance has about $68,000 in equity on average, while a GSE borrower has an average of $125,000 in equity. Net equity is calculated by summing up the missed payments and subtracting the sum from gross equity. While tenure in property and down payment play a role in accumulated equity, so does the geographic location, as home prices and home price growth vary across the country. Take a look at the state map of net equity of GSE borrowers in forbearance after accounting for missed payments. Following Arkansas at $41,000, the other states with borrowers having less than $50,000 in equity include Iowa, Oklahoma, Illinois, Louisiana, West Virginia, North Dakota, and Ohio. In contrast, following the top-ranking Hawaii at $178,000 are California, Idaho, and Utah, all with around $135,000 in equity among FHA borrowers in forbearance. Net equity among GSE borrowers range from $63,000 in Iowa to $357,000 in Hawaii, as GSE borrowers have likely provided a larger down payment and have bought pricier homes. But while borrowers in states with elevated forbearance rates, such as Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Nevada, seem to have enough equity to prevent them from losing their homes, there are a few states with an elevated share of forbearance loans that have no equity after adding missed payments to the unpaid principal balance. States with an elevated share of borrowers with negative net equity include Louisiana, New York, North Dakota, Illinois, Washington, D.C., New Jersey, Minnesota, Connecticut, and Maryland. In these areas, there is a heightened risk of a blip in distressed sale after forbearance ends. However, most of these are judicial foreclosure states, so if the blip does occur, it will be stretched over many months or years, and additional increases in home prices over that period will mitigate losses. In addition, the good news is that the big states such as California, Florida, and Texas have relatively small negative equity shares, mitigating concerns of a distressed sale tidal wave in these markets. That's particularly good since California and Texas are non-judicial foreclosure states where foreclosures happen quicker. For more information on CoreLogic perspective on the property market, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and visit our intelligence blog. Thank you for watching.